You're listening to the Back Porch Talk podcast. Danny and Jason had many discussions and debates on the back porch while making pivotal investment moves with assets. That's right, with trading cards. They welcome you to the back porch and right into those discussions about current sports news with a fresh and unique twist. So come on and join us. Welcome to the Back Porch Talk podcast. I'm your co-host, Jason.
Your co-host, Danny.
Fans, we have a packed show for you today. Oh, my Lord. A packed show for you today. But y'all know what to do. Go ahead and like the show. Go ahead and subscribe. We need the algorithms to algorithm. But first, Danny, we have college football. We have the likes of Major League Baseball, Formula One, NFL, NBA talk. Man, we have it all, y'all. First, Danny, right into college football. And oh, boy, man, you talk about some college football games. Labor Day weekend is the jump-off point, really, for college football. Granted, there's week 0.
Yep.
But, man, you talk about just being able to relax, have your nice umbrella drink next to you, maybe some barbecue right there, too. This was the weekend to have it. Danny, a whole lot of college football happened, and let me just say, it didn't disappoint. It didn't disappoint, man. You had a big game in Columbus, Ohio, with Texas against Ohio State, and where Ohio State prevailed 14-7. Defensive battle. You had Arch Manning coming in to at basically Texas ranked number 1. Against the defending college football champions coming into Columbus trying to take a victory. But, man, Ohio State went ahead and did that thing, man. It was just so many games, Danny. Just so many games this weekend. I looked a little bit at that game. I looked at the LSU-Clemson game where LSU goes into Clemson and wins out, man, 17-10. Florida State dominating Alabama. Yep. And the troll of the year so far. I love it, man. I love it, man. Florida State beats Alabama 31-17, but the troll of the year so far, Nick can't save them. Oh, man, that was highlighting. That was by Florida State's quarterback, Castellanos. But, man, just so many games, Danny. Where would you start, Danny? Where would you start? When you want to start? What about you?
Jay, you hit on a lot of the great games on Saturday, and then you had on Sunday night, you had Notre Dame, Miami.
Oh, that was a good game.
Yeah, went down to the end. You had last night Bill Belichick's debut with North Carolina, where everybody named Mama was on the North Carolina sideline. All geeked up after they were up 7-0. But then after that, there was a lot of sour faces on that sideline.
Well, not Desmond Howard. Desmond Howard had it right. He just let, no, I'm going to TCU. But, but to your point, everybody else was going for Belichick and UNC.
And it looked good for a drive. And then, TCU was a competitive team to play against. And that was another thing with this weekend. There weren't a ton of upsets besides like the Alabama-Florida State game. But there are a lot of good games. It was good to see a lot of these teams and kind of see what they look like, the teams that didn't play in week 0. And then, Jason, one other thing, too, I just wanted to call out in the Orange Blossom Classic, which you may be getting to, but I'm sorry for your Rattlers, man.
We didn't strike. We didn't strike enough. I put it like that, Danny. I was just about to get to it, and where my FAMU Rattlers lost by 1 point, 10-9 against Howard. And let me just say, I watched this game. I was throwing stuff at the TV. Just so frustrated, man. So frustrated. Missed passes, wide open receivers, just, wasn't looked at, or whatever the case may be. I am happy for our defense, with the exception of that last drive. I mean, holding Howard to a little bit under 200 total yards. The kicking game was good with the exception of the blocked field goal, which I think was a huge thing in a low scoring game. Uh, so I'm okay with the special teams, considering the fact of the kicking game really came through. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the field position was incredible for my Rattlers, but then for Howard, it wasn't that great, and
Yep.
that is due to the kicking game. We just didn't really take advantage of the opportunities, man. And quite frankly, I really believe that coaching
Mm-hmm.
mistakes there. I understand not wanting to uh hook the quarterback. This was his first collegiate start, which I would have probably thought otherwise in
Mm-hmm.
picking my QB1, purely because of the experience factor. I'm trying to win a game.
Yep.
I'm trying to win a game because Danny, our schedule is brutal, especially in October. We need all the victories we can get,
Yep.
if nothing else for morale.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going, man. Listen, I will be watching our 220 quarterback club tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to the post game conference, news conference. Already listened to media day
Mm-hmm.
of the SWAC coaches. I personally didn't like what our coach said. To me, it's about the wins. It's a team game. It's about the wins.
Yep.
So we'll see, Danny. We'll see. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But got a whole lot more to get into, Danny. I'll
Yep.
say this. I think the summary for me for college football this weekend, I'm happy that the athletes, I can't call them student athletes anymore, NILs in the picture and everything, but I am happy that they're getting their money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking about the media contracts, all of the money that's being funneling, to the universities, to the conferences. And for so long, the student athlete has been forgotten about officially. Now, there may have been some money, put up underneath the table, allegedly,
Yep.
but officially now it's in the open and, these athletes are getting their money. So I am happy for that. What say you?
Agreed, Jason. I think this is overreaction week, first weekend. These lot with the transfer portal and all these different factors involved, man. This week one, especially some of these big games right off the top. Uh, it's tough on some of these kids, man. And I'm calling
Mm-hmm.
them kids because some of them are young,
Yep.
true freshmen in big moments, and uh, now they can kind of settle down because usually that second and third week, that's when they go into the non-conference schedule. They may play some weaker opponents, try to build up morale. So once you get in the conference,
Mm-hmm.
you get some momentum going. So, but no, man, college football did not disappoint. And man, there was games on all day, all night, and looking forward to the season.
And now, Danny, into a little Major League Baseball, where man, we are coming down to the wire here, Danny. We are at the end of the regular season, and I watched this game between the Brewers and the Phillies on yesterday, and let me just say, I too was throwing stuff at the TV yesterday. 10-8 win by the Philadelphia Phillies, but to me, it's not without controversy. I mean, saw this game, and there were times, especially I want to say it was the seventh, eighth inning, and where our manager Murphy got ejected from the game,
Mm-hmm.
basically due to, in my opinion, man, just a missed call, a missed check swing call. Baseball is a game of, how they say football is a game of inches and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think baseball is a game of calls
Yep.
and momentum.
Mm-hmm.
And this missed check swing by the umpire was just outrageous. It was clear, Danny, that Remuto didn't he went on the swing and it just was called that he didn't go. And after that, there were a couple of hits, brought in a couple of runs, and that just, really threw things off, man. And the Phillies are what, about 4.5 games behind us.
Yep.
Same thing with like the Cubs. Thin margins, man. We need every single one of these games. We need every single one of these games now. Um, and I'll just say this too: the Brewers have been going on and on and on. I believe there was a stat that they play 18 games in 17 days, or 19 games in 18 days, something to that degree.
Yep.
And so today they do have off, which is something that they definitely needed. And we do have more breaks coming up and everything, but man, really hope that they would have won this game, gone into this day off, and then you'll come back out and win this game. But Danny, we're down to it. What say you?
Uh, Jason, that Phillies game was tough, man. The bullpen did not do any favors yesterday.
No.
Shelby, Miller, what, and but anyway, so tough start to the series. Being at home, but like you said too, man, fatigue could be setting in. But at the same time, they played well. They played well enough to win that game yesterday, and they
Oh, most definitely.
came off beating Toronto 2 out of 3, which is
Huge.
like
Huge.
we said, 2 out of 3 every
Needed.
series, two out of
Yep.
three.
Hmm.
Uh, and so now, two remaining with them, and then they go on the road. So they have Pittsburgh and the Rangers coming up. At least got to get one in this Philly series. At least got to get one because the Phillies, are pushing now.
Hmm.
So you got to at least get one to trip them up a little bit. Two would be great, but I'll take one because the way the Phillies have been playing. But then these upcoming series, you got to go ahead and knock these out. So, like you said, man, now it's starting to get a little tight. We're in September, and just want to make sure they keep their confidence. And we got that bullpen, man. I know
Hmm.
yesterday was kind of an anomaly, but those are the type of days, man, you just can't be having.
Hmm. Like I said, Phillies are 4.5 behind Brewers, in the National League. Cubs are 5.5 games behind. Dodgers are 6.
Hmm.
Padres 8.5. Mets 10.5. So man, we got to keep the pressure on the rest of the league as we move towards 100 wins. I can't remember the last time the Brewers had 100 wins, Danny.
Yeah, man. Let that set in real quick.
I mean, but I would take a deeper run in the playoffs than 100 games.
Ask the Mariners who won 106, was that 116 and didn't win it.
Yep.
Rather
Yep.
have that ring.
Rather have that ring. And now, Danny, into a little Formula One, and where this past weekend, man, there's a whole lot going on this Labor Day weekend, Danny.
Hmm.
And where there was a Grand Prix at the Netherlands, the Dutch Grand Prix, by Heineken, and Piastri, he wins it again. Now, the interesting thing about this, Danny, was Lando was basically second
Hmm.
until the very end, where he had like failure or engine failure,
Yep.
leak of oil, etc. And so his car just completely died. It's unfortunate, man, because you wanted him to score some kind of point,
Hmm.
just so that way the overall competition, between he and Oscar, remains just that, a good overall competition. Now you're looking at a about a 34-point lead that Oscar Piastri has on Lando Norris with about 9 races to go. And that's going to be hard the way Oscar has been really performing, um,
Hmm.
this year. I have to give a huge shout out to a rookie, Isaac Hadjar. Isaac Hadjar, from the Racing Bulls, man, he gets on the podium, number 3, his first podium in his Formula One career. And let me just say, Danny, in seeing different people get on a podium, I'm really anxious about next season.
Hmm.
I mean, you have now Cadillac confirming that they do have a couple of new racers or new drivers for Cadillac, and that being Sergio Perez and Valtteri Bottas. And so um, that's going to be interesting. You're going to have Audi in there next year as well. So you're going to have, a couple of new fresh teams, if you will,
Yep.
in Formula One racing. And man, this is just really interesting, man. But I have to say, Ferrari, Sir Lewis Hamilton didn't finish the race,
Mm,
crashed
yep.
due to it was slick. Some rain started to happen, and he skidded on some paint that basically wiped out his car. And then Charles Leclerc, he got hit by Kimi Antonelli from Mercedes.
Hmm.
And so that ended his race. So Ferrari just did not finish, period. So I don't know what it is with Ferrari, Danny. I don't. I feel bad for Sir Lewis Hamilton.
Hmm.
He's just had a rough year. And so I'm just wondering what's going to happen. I need to look at his contract in
Yep.
terms of if it's a 2 year. I want to say it was a 2 year contract with the option,
Hmm.
if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just wondering what that option looks like, and I'm wondering how the car is going to be for next year, and I'm wondering if Ferrari is going to take some of Sir Lewis Hamilton's advice on the car.
Yep.
I mean, just so much swirling around Ferrari right now. And I think we can do a whole nother show on that. We won't dive into it right now, but
Yep.
fans, I know what I'm talking about.
Hmm.
We will dive into it at some point. What say you, Danny?
Yeah, man, that was an interesting race yesterday. There was just a lot going on. Verstappen took second, and yeah, the whole Ferrari thing with Hamilton, Leclerc, and I'm like, they're just like they're hexed. It's like,
Hmm.
and then
Hmm.
I did feel sorry for Norris, man, because it was like all of a sudden he just rolling, all of a sudden he just stopped.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's going on here? And
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
you said, they identify what was going on. So Russell and Antonelli from the Mercedes side, placed in the top six, so that helped their cause. So yeah, it was just an interesting race. Like you said, it was a little weather there. A lot of the drivers went to the soft tires later in the race. It was just a lot going on in that race yesterday. And congratulations to Piastri to continue dominating.
Hmm. Hmm. And now, Danny, into a little NFL talk, and where the NFL Week One is upon us. A
Hmm.
whole lot happening in NFL news that we'll get into. But first, NFL starts on Thursday with Cowboys visiting the Super Bowl champions, Philadelphia Eagles. On Friday, there's a Friday game
Hmm.
on YouTube. The Kansas City Chiefs are visiting the Los Angeles Chargers. So that's going to be interesting. You have two divisional games. And so, man, looking forward to the NFL starting. Green Bay Packers play the Detroit Lions on Sunday, the feature game at 4:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so, man, just a whole lot happening week one, man. But before we even got to week one, Danny, there was this trade that happened. There was this trade that happened, and where, man, Micah is now a Green Bay Packer.
Hmm.
Oh man, this is this. It was unbelievable. First of all, I'll say this. I would like to thank our nose tackle Kenny Clark for years of service, man. I actually really like Kenny Clark, man, as a player. I really did, man. He really held down the defensive line, stuffed the run,
Hmm.
and so definitely going to miss him. But we sent Kenny Clark and two first round picks to Dallas for Micah. And so, man, this is going to be very interesting, man. To me, this is a sign saying the Packers are going for it. And at first, I was a little upset, Danny, at the trade. When I first heard about the trade,
Mm-hmm.
I walked in from work. Brother-in-law texts me. And he says, "Did you hear?" And I was like, "Did I hear what?"
Yeah.
Then he said Packers, and I turned on the tube,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh!" Then I went to ESPN.com and all that stuff too, you know. And I
Yep.
was like, "Man, I did not see this coming.
Uh-uh.
Didn't see it coming." And so I was upset, at first because I was like, "Man, you gave around two first round picks," but then I started thinking about it, and I heard some commentary, and it's like Micah Parsons is that dude. First of all,
Mm-hmm.
he's 25 years old, 26 years old, young.
Yep.
And not only that, you don't know what you're going to get in a first round pick. You know what you're getting from Michael Parsons. Even if it was, you take Michael Parsons and okay, if it's this one first round pick, okay, two first round picks I still get now
Mm-hmm.
because you have a generational player. Now, I'm wondering how the Packers are going to stop the run. That's the part that I'll be keying on.
Yep.
But the way that this league is, a passing league, you need some end rushers, and we have that with Rashawn Gary and Michael Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out. And to me, this is a sign to the rest of the team that we are going for it. So now it puts the team at a puts them at a heightened level. Like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I gotta come with my A game. There are no more excuses, y'all.
Yep.
Ain't no more excuses. Now's the time. And so I think the Packers have put everybody on alert. I'm sure hoping they put the wide receivers on alert. Y'all need to catch the ball. Get all these drop passes, man. Catch the ball. What say you, Danny?
Well, congratulations, Jason, on the Micah Parsons trade. I did not see that coming either. I felt like he would get traded. I just didn't see Green Bay as being that team. And, the comparisons about with Reggie White and now Micah Parsons, those are there. But it was reported today he may need an epidural shot in his back. So that's a concern. But you get someone of his talent. I think, too, you got to think about your division. So you have a rookie in J.J. McCarthy in Minnesota. You have Caleb Williams in his second year. Then you have Jared Goff, who's a statue in the pocket. So that really helps them a lot from a pass rush perspective. A lot of pressure going to be on Jordan Love.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
you got to perform now.
You gotta perform,
Because he has a
man.
big contract, too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know he will have an excuse because his receivers are not healthy. Because Jaden Reed, not sure when he's coming back. You got Matthew Golden, the number one pick or
Mm-hmm.
first round pick. So there's a lot going on there. But I agree, Jason. I think it's heightened awareness and it brings the morale up from a team, like you said, because it was they're kind of like middling through
Mm-hmm.
preseason with the injuries and everything. But I think Jordan Love is the one that may be under the most pressure
Mm-hmm.
from
Mm-hmm.
from their perspective. And while we're talking about teams, there's also a team playing this weekend in Atlanta. The Atlanta Falcons face off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to open the season. You talk about a tough game, and we're also dealing with injuries. Two offensive linemen, key offensive linemen are going to be out. So one out for the year, one may or may not return, which is key because it's the right tackle. And with Penix being a left-hander, that's his blind side. So, Jason, I'm not sure what to expect, but Kirk Cousins is still in the building. With him being there, I'm not sure how that is internally, but that's something that's got to be strange with him getting all the money he's getting. So there's going to be some pressure on Penix, too, to perform. And this defense got bolstered up over the offseason, so it's a shame they lost their two offensive linemen. But looking forward to that game, man. And like you called out a lot of games this weekend. There's some division games. You have the Ravens and Bills Sunday night to start off Sunday night games. So just looking forward to the weekend, man.
And now, Danny, lastly, I told you this was a packed show. Little NBA talk, and where Milwaukee Bucks goes ahead and sign Thanasis Antetokounmpo, Giannis's older brother. Thanasis is coming off of an Achilles injury, and that just solidifies the fact that, Giannis is going to be here in Milwaukee for another year. And let me just say, Danny, I'd rather that roster spot go to somebody else, a young player that we can develop. I think that puts Andre Jackson Jr. In a two-way type contract, if you will. And so not completely a fan. My hope was that Andre Jackson, focused in on his offensive skills.
Yep.
Because he has the defensive skills. I was hoping that he can up his game offensively and get the right coaching, etc., so that way he can showcase his talent to try to move up in the roster. And I think the Bucks have really, over the years, have not done us justice, us the fans justice, in terms of really honing in and developing young talent. And to me, this is just yet another example of that. And so Thanasis signs. We'll see where that goes. I think, honestly, he's not going to get a lot of playing time. But it's going to appease Giannis to keep him in the Bucks uniform. But then beyond that, what happens? I don't know. This is going to be interesting. But I will say, Danny, NBA season is really upon us. Preseason starts here it's October.
Yep.
We're looking at the first preseason game being October 6th against the Miami Heat. So literally 1 month. We're in preseason. So I just hope that Giannis and because I know Giannis plays EuroLeague and stuff like that, and I hope he gets the appropriate rest and everything. Thank you for joining us at Back Porch Talk Podcast. You can also join us on Twitter by tweeting us at @back_podcast. For more information, you can go to our website, which is backporchtalkpodcast.com. You can also email us at backporchtalkpodcast@gmail.com. Again, thank you for joining us, and remember that there's enough hate in the world, so go ahead and spread a little love.